Matthew chapter 15 and Mark 7. As I read these chapters, I was just thinking about how today our society is so bombarded with beauty. Women overspend on makeup, women overspend on fake eyelashes, fake nails, fake hair color, and likewise men overspend on haircuts, men overspend on jewelry, men overspend on clothing, anything to make ourselves look good on the outside. We go and we overspend. Could it be because we're not content what we are on the inside? You stand in the store of a grocery line waiting to pay for groceries, and what are you? Our daughters are bombarded with magazines telling them that they're not beautiful enough. You can look like so-and-so, or you can look like so-and-so. Men are bombarded with magazines lying to them on how they could get a chiseled body. You could look like so-and-so if you work out, but not bringing out the genetics. Now, why am I talking about this? Because in today's reading in Matthew chapter 15 and Mark 7, Jesus is calling out the Pharisees. You guys look good on the outside, but in the inside, you guys are dead. The Pharisees sees Jesus' disciples doing something and again, and they're saying they break the religious law. What is the religious law? Well, if you go out to the marketplace, Mark tells us, then you have to go in and wash, for you can't be by the Gentiles. If you touch something that a Gentile touch, then you must go wash. You can't sit on the same couch that a Gentile sit on. And the religious leaders are finding this flaw, and they're trying to throw it to Jesus. And I love what Jesus says. He says, why do you guys hold fast to the tradition of your elders, and you guys forfeit the laws of God? We're so guilty about that today in America. Tradition is not a bad thing. Tradition is there to show the beauty of God to a culture, and yet we get tradition and we hold it above God's laws. And when someone don't follow what we believe as a tradition, we look and we downcast them. This is wrong. And Jesus calls out the Pharisees on this. And he says, woe to you, for Isaiah prophesies right about you. He says, why is it that you guys would rather give to the synagogue than to help out your own family in need? You guys made a rule where you guys could call Korban when you're mad at your father and your mother, and this you go ahead and give to the synagogue. Why is it that you guys are so worried about people washing their hands and how they eat, rather than worried about what comes out your mouth, because it's from your heart? And I love what Jesus says. Jesus says, it's not what goes into your mouth that defiles you, but it's what comes out of your mouth that defiles you. And in Mark, he gives a little more clarity on that. Pull it up right here. He says, from out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, idolatry, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander. This is what defiles a person. But you, speaking to the religious leaders, you guys are so worried about washing your hands before you eat, or not touching a person who's not Jewish. For you guys just missed the whole rule and the commands of God. Could it be that us today miss the very law and the commands of God? Let's take the law. Can it be that us today miss the very grace of God by how we treat others and how we look at others based on our own tradition or our own mindset? I pray that today you will keep an open paradigm, for that would be my goal today, is to look at others through the eyes of Christ. Oscar, brother, God bless you.